A little while ago, I saw this Modern Rogue video where Brian and Jason did this 2-week-long exercise program called the Evil Russian Hit the Deck program. This program is meant to double the number of push-ups you can do as well as increase your bicep and chest size. Put simply, this program involves you doing a ludicrous number of push-ups every single day with a specific amount of time between each session of push-ups. And when I say specific, I mean no matter where you are, what you're doing, when the alarm goes off, you hit the deck and you do your push-ups. I should also mention that this program's not supposed to make you stronger, it's just for physical appearances and to increase the number of push-ups you can do. Now because the world's on lockdown, it's actually the perfect time to do something like this, since you don't have to embarrass yourself in front of strangers on the sidewalk as you get down, do 10 push-ups, and move on with your day. However, I absolutely hate push-ups. So I decided to do a bit of an experiment. Instead of push-ups, what if I did this with planking? Would I be able to double the amount of time I can plank? If it does work as expected with planking, then it's likely you can do this with almost any type of exercise that you want to do. Here's how the program works. You see how many push-ups you can do in one session on day 1. In my case, I'm doing how much time I can plank. This number becomes your baseline. You then do a percentage of that baseline every couple of minutes. Both the time and percent change every day of the program. At the start of week 2, you set a new baseline and you do the same thing except the times get ridiculous. For instance, day 3 of week 2 has you doing 30% every 15 minutes. However, according to the Modern Rogue, week 2 is actually way better than week 1 despite what the numbers tell you. So, now that you and I know how the program works, let's get to it. The first order of business was to do the maximum amount of time I can plank to set the baseline. As you can see here, I quickly started feeling remorse for getting myself into this situation.
Oh no! What have I gotten myself into?
I failed to surpass 1 minute after doing my first plank in about a year, which is what I was expecting. The part of this that made me feel remorse is that I could feel the intensity of the plank with the pain of my core, and that I now had to do 1/3 of this baseline for the rest of the day, every hour. This is exactly how I felt upon waking up the next morning.
It is now 9:14 a.m. My abs hurt.
I also started to lose my mind just a little bit during the second day of this challenge.
What can I say, dude? I gotta plank. I gotta keep planking. I gotta keep going. I gotta keep planking.
The agony of the program started to get to my head the more the day went on.
I can't imagine. I cannot imagine what tomorrow's gonna be like. Supposedly, the program says 60% every 45 minutes. Every 3/4 of an hour. 60%. 50% every hour is close to undoable for me.
The next day, the pain in my core is really starting to get to me, as each plank just built on the agony of the last. By the time 8 o'clock rolled around, I was finished.
I'm stopping here for today. 60% every 45 minutes is hell. It is so difficult, and it doesn't even hurt. You just can't do it.
However, things started looking up by day 5.
I just finished what I think is my 5th plank of the day. I feel pretty good. This is the first day that I've noticed a significant difference in the amount of pain I feel when I'm doing the planks. My abs don't hurt at all.
For the rest of the days in week 1, it was smooth sailing. Each plank was easier than the last to do, and I was feeling good about the progress I was making. Day 1 of week 2 saw me setting a new baseline. Incredibly, the time I could plank increased by 55%, with the time going from 45 seconds to 1 minute and 10 seconds. I underplayed the significance of this change at the time, but the progress I had made up to this point was now undeniable. However, this positivity went completely out the window on day 2. I gave up about halfway through because doing 39 seconds of planking every 20 minutes is unbelievably hard to do. The next day was the day I dreaded most when I started this thing.
There's about 10 hours of planking left,
So times that by 4, that's 40 planking sessions left. And times that by 21, and that's how many seconds I have left. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. I ended up giving up halfway through this one as well. At this point in the challenge, I just stopped caring about consistency altogether. During the last few days of my planking, I was really willy-nilly about being on time with them, even going so far as to skip a few. Here's me doing the final plank of this whole ordeal. 18. There we have it. So now that I've done all this planking, what are the results? Here's me doing the new max amount of planking time. The goal was to get past 1 minute and 28 seconds. Sure enough, after 2 weeks of training, this happened.
Oh my god. That was tough. That was really tough. Yeah, that was a plank. I did it. Fuck. That was so tough. 1 minute, 31 seconds.
It actually worked. I was able to double my time. My final verdict for this experiment is that the Evil Russian push-up program does actually work with other exercises. However, this does not mean you should go out and try this program with any exercise. As I experienced in week 2, the physical labor that was required to do this program wasn't possible with planking, which leads me to believe that it's also not possible with other exercises as well. I am not an expert by any means in physical fitness, so if you want to try this with sit-ups, chin-ups, or whatever, do so at your own risk and be safe about it. Anyway, it's been fun. Subscribe, ring that bell, check out some other videos of mine, like the video, do whatever you want. I'm not your boss. See you next time.